And a chance for Toronto to take the first two events because Marcus Kusch comes in as the 4th rated ISL summaries in lane number 5, going against Matteo Rivolta up in lane number 1, who's won this event once.
Kusch has won this twice this season alone. Rivolta, as you said, the other one back in match number 10. Rivolta was second in that second playoff to Shields.
It's a week ago where he was the Skins winner. He scored 45.5 points. Aqua Centurions, they are desperate here in the second playoff match to get a top 2 finish. And Rivolta trying to lead the way. Camden Murphy down there in lane number 8 is going to finish second, but Rivolta and Aqua, they are going to get the win. 2-3 for DC. That is big for Cindy Gallagher and the Tritons.
Knows their situation right now. They're in, as you just said a second ago, in a desperation mode right now, and Rivolta needed to do it. I think they came in here totally shaved, tapered, ready to go. They've got to get second.
And it's the Aqua Centurions in the lead with 24 points. There is Chad Leclos watching, waiting for his opportunity to help join Energy Standard.
Opportunity on paper again, not only to win, but exactly what Shaban Hahi was talking about. Let's take care of winning and getting second like Lisa Bratton right here. But let's also get some jackpot points too.
Yep. And that's how big one event can be, Roddy. It is big enough where for Toronto they can move from 4th to 1st right here in this event if they can get that 1-2 finish with a decent-sized jackpot.
It's a perfect scenario right now for Toronto. The only kink in this is Skrdai up there kind of hanging with Bratton.
But it's going to be Kylie Masse in the lead. She's won this event 3 times. Actually, Lisa Bratton has been the one that has won this event the most. She's won it 6 times. Kylie Masse coming up scoring 34 points in her last match. She's got a chance to get half those points right here in this race if she can close out this final 200 backstroke.
Boy, look at that, Bernie. Masse is looking so good. Skrdai is still in there with Bratton, though.
Skrdai trying to spoil the 1-2 party, but it's going to be Kylie Masse getting the win, and Skrdai does wind up second. So Toronto will have to settle for 1st and 3rd, but it still should be a really big jackpot getting pulled in here by Kylie Masse. It should be enough to put Toronto into 1st, and she scores 15 points, matching her season. She helps Energy Standard move into 2nd, but Toronto on top.
Bernie, I mean, you're talking about Energy in Toronto. Fastest 2 times of the year thus far here in the ISL. DC is 4th. Aqua will most likely be out of this relay on the women's side. 3,000 plus, but she gets them off to a good start. 51-3 for Hahi. Perfect to get off to a quick start.
Yeah, she found herself just about 3/10 off of the ISL League record. That's how quick it was. Coleman has moved Toronto out in front. And the Titans with just a 2/10 lead.
They are dead even though, Bernie. That was a great split, you're right. For Toronto's Coleman, 51-9. Jason Salo was 53-5, so Toronto's back into this right now, no question. Toronto is going to have the lead, Bernie, and Hahi, or excuse me, Sjostром's going to have to come from behind.
Well, actually, Energy 3/10 ahead of Toronto. Very tight, though.
That's right, Hemskirk was 52 flat on that, so just ahead of Toronto.
So she trails down here with 50 meters to go by 4/100ths of a second as Kayla Sanchez trying to get a big early win for the Toronto Titans. Expect the winner of this relay to get some big jackpot points, and it's going to go down to the final 25.
Great start, I mean, great turn there for Sanchez on the right. Here comes Sjostrom, though.
Sjostrom racing home, and Sjostrom gets it done for Energy Standard.
Wow, what a finish for these 2 teams, both of them were just spectacular at the end. 51.5 for Sanchez. She actually outsplit Sjostrom, who was 51.6, but by 0.3 of a second. Once Sjostrom put her head down, that was the end, man. 10 meters left. She didn't breathe 10 meters in, and look at the red. They're gonna gain a lot of jackpots there.
She trails down here with 50 meters to go by 4/100ths of a second as Kayla Sanchez trying to get a big early win for the Toronto Titans. Expect the winner of this relay to get some big jackpot points, and it's gonna go down to the final 25.
Great start, I mean, great turn there for Sanchez on the right. Here comes Sjostrom, though.
Sjostrom racing home, and Sjostrom gets it done for Energy Standard.
Wow, what a finish for these two teams. Both of them were just spectacular at the end. 51.5 for Sanchez. She actually outsplit Sjostrom, who was 51.6, but by 0.3 of a second. Once Sjostrom put her head down, that was the end, man. 10 meters left. She didn't breathe 10 meters in, and look at the red. They're gonna gain a lot of jackpots there.
Up to now, Energy in the lead on the backs of a big relay win. Energy Standard approaching 100 points, leading playoff match number 3 with 98 points. And she could just score points in so many events for you.
Yeah, about 7 minutes, 8 minutes after that anchor in the 400 freestyle relay. There will be a lot of other swimmers, though, in this race that did swim that 400 free relay.
And Emma McKeon a week ago in the second playoff match. She's got another big task here going up against Sjostrom.
Well, when Sjostrom went 23.17 back in match 3, by the way, the fastest time this year, that was only 24/100ths off the world record by Kromova-Yo-Yo. Vasek, though, right behind. 2 fastest times of the year, 38,000 rating on
the top 2 swimmers in the 50 free doing battle. Sjostrom in lane number 4, Vasek in lane number 6, and Vasek jumping out to a really good start there.
0.63 on reaction time for Sjostrom. Great turn there for Sjostrom.
Oh, but Sjostrom, just like the relay, comes flying off the wall, trying to hold off Vasek, and she'll do it. Sjostrom gets him at the touch on the relay, touches him out in the 50 freestyle as well.
Wow.
And a 24-point jackpot as she goes 23.08, a new ISL record. Oh my goodness.
She's realizing now that, you know what? The win matters the most. The jackpot gets there. The ISL record. She's 15/100ths of a second off the world record. And how about Vasek's 23.38? That's the second fastest time of the season for her.
3 straight wins, the relay, the 250 freestyles, and you blink, and Toronto, who was on top, now that first place position belongs to Energy Standard early on here on day 1 of our 3rd playoff match for the International Swimming League, swimming's new home.
What that tells you, this is the highest rated event we've seen the entire season. Through the roof. And it just means we have some incredible breaststrokers, including the world record holder in this event, or I should say co-world record holder.
Nicolo Martinenghi said this is probably his biggest challenge of the season in quite some time. Martinenghi's won this event 9 times. Nicolo Martinenghi said this is probably his biggest challenge of the season in quite some time. Martinenghi's won this event 9 times.
Actually. There have been 13 matches thus far this year, Bernie. 11 of the 13 have been won by swimmers in this race.
Scazzoli out really well. That's what he needed in lane number 2 at the top. It's Martinenghi and Scazzoli and 1 and 2. Shimanovic in lane number 4. But Shimanovic, look at him come off that wall. Has everyone trying to track him down, and Martinenghi! Oh, he does it again for Aqua! Oh my goodness, his biggest victory of the season as he takes down the Titan in lane number 4.
That race literally held up to its standard, up to every single inch of that promise and every single hundredth of its promise. Martinenghi, 1/100th of a second far left over Shimanovic with that blue cap, and Scazzoli right there at 3/100ths of a second. His teammate, Martinenghi's teammate,
wins the 50 breaststroke for the 10th time in his career.
Nicolo.
The only two that have not won this is Borodin and Litchfield, but the previews, you see those 3 swimmers, we could have put 3 other ones up there. It wouldn't have been enough.
And Zerk coming off scoring 19 points in the 400 freestyle after his win in the first playoff match.
And keep an eye on Kroon. He was 6th.
Look at that.
At the 100.
He scores 12 points. Stepanovic is the only other swimmer to score points. And I'm not sure, I know that he said it looked like a strange touch, but did he touch the wall with his hand? It happened pretty quick. I think he might have had a hand touch there.
I think you're right, Bernie. It looked like he crunched the wall from this vantage point, but I think he actually touched the wall and then did a flip turn. Litchfield is one of the only swimmers in the race that hasn't won this race. And he's giving Kroon all he can handle going in here to this last 10 meters, but Kroon's going to pull it out. But a great swim for Max Litchfield to get second.
Kroon, Litchfield, 1-2, but Zerk scores 12 points in the first 100. He's going to add 6 more points on, so he will wind up with 18 points scored in the 400 freestyle.
Boy, he had to be in a lot of pain. Oh, boy. That last 50.
And you see the difference there. Zerk actually outscores Kroon
there you go.
Because of the checkpoint. So the strategy for Energy Standard pays off in a major way. Zerk, 18 points. Energy Standard finds themselves on top with the relays to close out day 1 of the playoffs, on top by 48 points.
Pretty. I give the advantage to Aqua.
Okay.
I really do, because when you think about the combined effort of their A and B relay, they're pretty good.
Well, again, you take a look at that reel off Shimanovic, but it's not Leclos. That's a big, big game changer for Energy Standard. Kaminga, though, trying to close the gap, and remember, again, no Leclos.
55-2 for Shimanovic, 55-6 for Kaminga. Martinenghi was only, I say only, but 56-7. So Martinenghi was not very good on their B relay. How much is that going to hurt them when they finish here and end up maybe being 2nd and 5th or 2nd and 6th?
All right, Barrett has a 2/10 lead with 150 meters to go.
This is where energy will come back to Aqua, though. Aqua has a great butterflyer in Rivolta right there now. He's pulled up even with him.
Battling it out with Kolesnikov, trying to get the final relay win here on day number 1. Can Aqua outlast and get the win? Oh, Energy Standard by 7/100ths of a second. Winning the nail biter. Oh, wow.
That's how tight it was. 7/100ths was the difference between picking the skins and not. Wow. 45-9. Green at 46-2. Aqua was 4th, so they finished 2nd and 4th. Energy was 1st and 7th.
Acres for Energy Standard by 0.3 in the 400 freestyle relay on the women's side, and by 7/100ths on the men's 400 medley relay. And Energy Standard trying to get their first playoff win.